Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. And today, okay, it's time. We're gonna do our own ground beef. I've got my London broil. I've got 4 packages here. I did have dinner off of this one, so that's why it's like that. But I have 3 more packages. Total, I'm gonna say total is about 17 pounds. And then I'm gonna add to that 17 pounds, I'm adding 3 pounds of bacon for my fat. So it's gonna be a delicious, absolutely wonderful addition. So to the freezer, we're freezer banking today. Freezer banking, okay, let's get started. Let me bring you in close. I'm gonna get a glove on my meat hand, and I've got my Rada slicer sharpened up and it's ready to go. This is my favorite knife for meats. Okay, there's a link down below if you'd like to go check out Rada knives. They're reasonable, very reasonable, and they are amazing. They're lightweight in your hand, but they just, I love the way they work. So, okay, I'm gonna get another bowl because I believe I want the ground meat in this one. So come on in, we'll do this together. So all I'm doing really is cutting this in pieces to go into the hopper of my KitchenAid. And I just bought brand new blades for that because I couldn't find the blades. And I haven't used the KitchenAid since I moved here. And I was gonna use it for the pork roast, and I couldn't find the blades, so I ordered on Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. So you see it's got a little bit of, not much fat, but a little bit of sinew, and there's tiny bits of fat in here. That's all gonna flavor this delicious. Who wouldn't want ground beef made out of London broil? I mean, come on, that's like the best. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And when this bowl gets full, I'll grind away and put that into the big stainless bowl. So literally, that's what we're doing. That's how easy it is. And see this section where it's separated, there's a little bit of sinew, you can see that? That grinder will get right through that, no problem. So there you go. Just cut them in sizes that are, you know, reasonable. And I told you, and I'm not sure if the video's up yet, but like this, when the first time I went to Safeway, the one Safeway, they put 2 styrofoam containers in there. So you're paying for those in the pound per pound price, which really irritates me. And then the other Safeway only uses 1. So thank you, other Safeway. And I may, if I don't feel like I've got enough to last me for, you know, because I'm figuring I'm doing all of this ground beef for, well, $1.99 a pound, plus this was $2.97 a pound. I'll factor it all up and we'll figure out how much per pound. But I can't buy good ground beef that I know exactly, you know, what cut of meat and what's in there, and there's no pink slime or anything else in my ground beef. So just beef and bacon, because bacon makes everything better. And I thought about grinding up some pork to put some pork fat in here, but I really like it with bacon. And bacon won't take over the meat to the fact that you can't use it for other things than burgers or, yeah, I can use it for anything. The bacon is just for the fat. The flavor of the bacon is not going to change it enough to matter. So that's package number 2. My bowl's almost full, and we'll get to grinding. Ooh, I'm super excited. I'm excited to use the KitchenAid again because I just haven't used it. You know, any bread making that I do, in fact, I'm making bread right now, I usually hand knead it, or it's a bread that doesn't really require kneading, if you will. So there you go. And there's a bowl full. Okay, let's look at this package. might as well get as much of it all prepped as we can. I thought about putting some of this out on the Traeger too, but I think ground beef is where it's at. And yeah, it's good for shepherd's pie, burgers, meatloaf. This will make an excellent, excellent meatloaf. Just anything you want to do with ground beef. Hello, spaghetti, lasagna, you know. Okay, here's a piece. This is a good example. It's got a little bit of fat in there, in that where those two muscles come together, and sinew, obviously, but that's gonna do an excellent job. Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring you back when I start the grinder. Okay, so we are ready. I'm gonna lock this into place and turn that on. Okay, hopefully you can hear. And we're gonna start with beef. Going down in the hopper. If the pieces need to be smaller, because this hopper, let's see. I'm gonna need to make them a little bit smaller, but here they come. Like more narrow. That hopper's pretty narrow, but you can see it just coming right along. And I just have this, you don't need it on a really high speed. If you get it too high and too fast, you're gonna have meat going everywhere. See, there's a little bit of fat in there. You can see a little fat. And then after so long, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some bacon in the mix. It'll help mix it in. And you don't have to cut the strips of bacon at all. So that's what I'm doing. Let's get some bacon down in there. Let's get to the bacon. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna turn it up to a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Okay. We're cooking with gas now. Do you want to come in closer so you can see? Okay, so we are ready. I'm gonna lock this into place and turn that on. Okay, hopefully you can hear. And we're gonna start with beef. Going down in the hopper. If the pieces need to be smaller, because this hopper, let's see. I'm gonna need to make them a little bit smaller, but here they come. Like more narrow. That hopper's pretty narrow, but you can see it just coming right along. And I just have this, you don't need it on a really high speed. If you get it too high and too fast, you're gonna have meat going everywhere. See, there's a little bit of fat in there. You can see a little fat. And then after so long, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some bacon in the mix. It'll help mix it in. And you don't have to cut the strips of bacon at all. So that's what I'm doing. Let's get some bacon down in there. Let's get to the bacon. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna turn it up to a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Okay. We're cooking with gas now. Do you want to come in closer so you can see? Okay, more bacon coming through. And it's still going to be a really lean ground beef if you think about it. 3 pounds of bacon to 15 to 17 pounds of meat is a very good ratio. I'm going to look at exactly how much those packages cost me, and we'll see how much this was. And after I'm done, because any splatters, I will bleach the countertops. Yeah, new blades, looking awesome. Bacon, come on, bacon. All right, that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. You gotta love it. I'll be back. I do want to say, as I go along, this is the techniques I've always used whenever I've done ground beef, or if I'm grinding, let's say, venison up for burger. I mix as I go, because large batches of meat are hard to get mixed evenly if you don't. So, yeah, just get it all mixed up as I go. And this, I'm probably gonna have to go to a different bowl, but see how that looks? It's got a good fat. There's a little bit of fat in there. You can see the fat in there, but it's plenty of delicious red burger meat. Okay. I'll just keep grinding. Guys, I am back. Oh, I'm super excited. Okay, I got all the meat ground up. 3 pounds of the 3 pounds of the bacon, and about between 16 and 17 pounds of London broil. So, and I'm gonna be doing a meatloaf out on the Traeger. Yes, the Traeger. Okay. Oh, you know, I honestly, let's see, I'm gonna do it this way. You can weigh your packages out. I know this is how I like to package up, okay? You can do it with freezer paper, or you can do it this way, and I put packages in a Ziploc, a gallon Ziploc bag, right? But I'm gonna wrap them in saran first. And I'm gonna save out enough for some burgers, because I'm gonna have a taco salad, or not a taco salad, burger in a bowl, sorry. So a meatloaf obviously is gonna take more, unless I just do a small meatloaf like this. I think this is plenty for me, for, you know, 1 or 2 meal, well, 2 or 3 meals actually, but just get yourself a nice little doodah. There we go. Pull that saran over the top and get a nice tight seal, because you don't want, hold on, you don't want to get any air to it, because that, air's your enemy. It will cause freezer burn. So we're going to go ahead and wrap that up nice and tight, right? And you can press it down like flat and do one more little spin around here to make doubly sure it's protected. And so it's up to you how big you do your packages. That's how I'm doing it. I'm going to do it just like this. They are going inside the Ziploc in multiples. And then that way when I need one, I'll just pull one out. And there you go. And I did have to bleach the counters. You'd be surprised at how much splatter was out here on the counter. It was crazy, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'll be doing a meatloaf this week for you guys, and then these burgers. I don't know if I'll do the burgers, but unless you want me to, do you want to see burgers on the Traeger? Do you want to see like, what do you want to see? What would you like to see me make with this home ground, delicious. All I can smell is that London broil. It smells amazing, right? Get that all packaged and ready to go. Put another wrap on this, just like that, just like a soap. Okay, that's how I'm doing it. I guess I'll bring you back and talk a little bit more when this is all packaged up and in freezer bags, Ziploc bags. I'm gonna make a chart. Okay. You gotta get them in there just right? Otherwise, they end up like little pucks. And then I got room for 2 more small packages. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna do it. Let me know how you do things, and I will end up bleaching the countertops again when I'm done. Okay, all good. And you could do even smaller portions. If you needed smaller portions, you just wanted like a ½ pound of ground beef, there you go. That's about a ½ pound. That would make 2 really hefty burgers, and or, you know, I like to have a little bit of meat because I like to cook and have leftovers, or have enough to share, you know. So grab this, so that way, and will you wrap? All right, guys. I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I am done, and I've got it all packaged up. Now, I've packaged it 2 ways. I could have done a 3rd way or a 4th way. So you could vacuum seal after you did this wrap. This is an insurance policy because it's not going to allow air in. Those vacuum seal bags, sometimes they release the air, and then your stuff still gets freezer burned, so I don't trust them. Not with, the only thing I trust it with, and I've never had it happen with, is lasagna. But for meat and stuff, meat's too expensive these days to take a chance. So I got 8, and these are about 1.5 pounds, but these are over 1 pound. I got 8 of these packages. I'm gonna label these up, and these are just quart bags. And I flatten them out, fill them up, flatten them out. And I'm just putting GB, ground beef, and I know what I did with it, but, and 1 of 23, dating that, so I know how long it's been in the freezer, and I can kind of remember, oh yeah, that's that London broil. So anyway, I hope that this inspires you, because let me just tell you, this is a lot of ground beef to go in my freezer. It'll probably be enough for the next year. And I was able to take advantage of a sale, and $1.97 a pound is just, I've never seen, as long as I can remember, I've never seen it that cheap. And you certainly can't get ground beef that cheap, that's for sure. So, and I don't know, I always go, what's in it? What did you use, you know? Are you using icky scraps? Ugh. So, anyway, all right. I hope this inspired you to go ahead, and this package is actually going in the fridge until dinner time when I do myself a couple burgers out on the Traeger. This package is already labeled, and there's 3 packages in there. So you can do this. You can package it up like that. You can package it up like this, and they stack really nice. If you have an upright freezer, or even if you don't have an upright freezer, they stack really nice. These are freezer bags. You can do this method and then use a vacuum sealer. You could wrap them in foil. You can wrap them in butcher paper. There is several ways to do your ground beef or any meats that you bring home from the grocery store, so they do not freezer burn. So anything that's odd shaped that has air pocket in the bag is going to eventually freezer burn on you, and then it's no good. It's really no good to consume. It tastes terrible. So I'm gonna go get these in the freezer, and if you have any questions or you like to do this yourself, please let us know in the comment section. Let everybody know how you do it. What did you use for your fat? And how much at a time did you do if you ground up your own ground beef? And what cut of meat did you use? You know, sometimes we can get a clawed chuck roast and actually get it pretty reasonable, but still not a $1.97. So I could not resist that one. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe. And actually, they're gonna be using this. Okay, bye. Hi, guys. So, just in case you were wondering how to grind your own meat, please go to the next video and watch how to do your own. I did it with London broil and a fun fat, and yes, it's easy, it's economical, and I have all this meat to put in the freezer and packaged up 2 ways. So if you want to see that, stay tuned, because this was a great idea. All right, I'll see you on my channel.